What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Appreciate you rocking with me. I've wanted to do a thrifting video for quite a while, but I've had some difficulty figuring out the best way to present it. So I think I've gotten close here. Here you can see that Terrence handed me a Harry Potter box set. These things used to go for $70 or so online. We ended up finding the whole set for about $30 a piece via half-price books. Today it's going for about $7, so take that for what you will. The market on that has dropped out. I always start with the video games. Sorry on how close up that is. I haven't quite figured out the zoom on this thing, but that was a Paper Mario game. I ended up putting it back. Looking through PlayStation 2, there's some good games here, but I'm not seeing anything with any real value. Maybe I should have grabbed that Ghost Recon actually for PS2, and I also see Brutal Legends for Xbox 360. Maybe I should have taken a closer look at. But other than that, I'm not seeing a whole heck of a lot. They're all $2, $3, $4, so there's not a lot of profit there. I did end up grabbing that Epic Mickey for the Wii. That's just for my own personal collection. A couple of Xbox One games here. It's just Madden and FIFA, but you know, Xbox One is still Xbox One. But you know, $20. Now the red tag is half off, so that Madden would have been 10, but it's just not enough profit there for me to mess around with. You can make an incredible income, $5, $10, $15 at a time flipping, you know, thrift store stuff, especially clothing. I haven't really gotten into clothing yet, but I keep seeing these guys on YouTube who are making a killing doing it, so I keep thumbing through it. But you guys have seen my fashion sense. If it's not a t-shirt out of a mystery box, I may not own it, you know, other than a couple of suits and things like that. But I'm not into brands or trends. I never have been, so I really don't know what's valuable. Taryn made a good point while we were out. If I've heard of the brand, it's probably not one worth looking at. And so that's my new philosophy. I did find this really, you know, out there, really bright, I guess we'll say, sort of Hawaiian style t-shirt. It's new with tags, Dragonfly Clothing Company. Never heard of it. It's red tagged, so it's half off. This felt to me like one of those things where this is stupid and it shouldn't be expensive, but it's going to be 50, 60 bucks. So I threw it in the cart. I'm going to look it up later. I think I ended up putting it back. The prices on it went from like $10 to $40 or something. I just didn't want to mess with it. Not really finding a whole heck of a lot. This weird shirt. Sorry for the frame rate, I guess. I'm still really getting used to the iPhone 11 Pro, but I wanted to fast forward through some of this stuff. I'm just thumbing through clothes, looking for anything that's remotely interesting to me. I'm not finding it, and even when I do, the prices on it are just too expensive. I did find this long sleeve Transformer shirt. It's got that vintagey look to it because it's a little worn. I don't think it is vintage, but it had a cool look. It is half off. Could have got it for $2. Maybe I should have taken a flyer on it, but I ended up putting it back. Skipped over the Under Armour. That stuff is all plummeted. Under Armour is practically bankrupt at this point. I don't know what I'm looking for, but I'm hoping to find that gem, I guess, or that hidden thing. You saw a little bit ago I found that Scrubbing Bubbles gimmick. I ended up selling that for $70 shipped. So I made about $40 on that pickup. And the YouTuber Thrift School who turned me on to that also turned me on to some of the clothing stuff. So I'm giving it a shot. I figure, you know, his advice worked for me once. Let's see how we do. A little Seahawks jacket there. Just not finding anything that I'm really into. I'm digging. I'm searching. How's the song go? I'm searching right through that luggage. But I'm not seeing anything. And I'm bored at this point. Like, I am so bored looking at all these clothes at this stage. You can see I'm just like, I don't even know where to look. Where do I go next? I don't know. Couple of long sleeves here. This one was actually kind of interesting. Is this a Levi's? Yeah, this was a Levi's. It's red tagged. It's ribbed. But I just, you know, the problem with things like Levi's is that they can be $2 and they can be $100. And it's really difficult to know which is which. So just moving on. I'm not at the point in the thrifting thing where I'm happy to buy something for $5 and sell it for $25. Like I said, you can make a ton of money doing that. There's a lot of people that do it, but that's just too high of a volume. I don't have the time or the interest. Moving on to the next thrift store. This is another Goodwill. I always go straight to the video games. That's just me personally. I did find this Xbox 360 Platinum Hits. I got really excited because it had both games, Banjo-Tooie and I don't know, something else, Top Shots Golf, but unfortunately only one of the discs was in there. I said screw it and put it back. I don't want to have to explain in the listing that it's missing a disc. Not really seeing anything else. Did see this GameCube game. GameCube games are shooting up in price right now. Unfortunately, you'll see it here in a moment, the discs are not super clean. So I put that back. I just don't want to mess with it. Walking down the housewares aisle, there's not usually anything down here, but every once in a while you'll find some cool glasses or some sort of vintage item that as a set is worth a lot, but individually doesn't cost too much. And there's a Fiestaware mug. We have a whole set of Fiestaware, so I had to show that to Taryn and see if she wanted it. Looking at the Starbucks mugs, I guess the city ones tend to go for a good amount of money on eBay, and they're only 50 cents at Goodwill, so it's worth checking out for. But didn't find anything there. Again, searching down the housewares, found this new in package, this pancake pan thing. Yellow tags at Goodwill are Target overstocks. So Goodwill basically buys up all of Target's shelf pulls, and then they put them on the shelf at the Goodwill. So if you see those yellow tags, that's what that stuff is. I ended up putting it back. It's not for me. Still searching down the aisles. I'm just not seeing anything. Like, this is not turning out to be a good thrifting experience. I don't know what the deal is with the frame rate, but it's driving me nuts. I have to be honest. So I'm going to work on that. I might need to get an actual video app on my phone instead of using the built-in one. I did find this Bob Ross Chia Pet. These things do go for about $30 online. Usually there's a sticker on the bottom that says when these seeds expire, and you want to make sure that the seeds haven't expired or you're going to get a return. Couldn't find the sticker. I ended up putting it back. I found this really cool like stretch canvas print of 90s Seattle sports stars. It's nothing really special. I just think it's really cool. It's $4. I like it. Might be able to get 15 to 20, which is sort of contrary to the point I just made, but in this case, if it doesn't sell, I get to keep it for myself. I always go down the game aisle looking for things that are new, still factory sealed, still shrink wrapped. I saw this recipe for Murder Game. I thought it was new when I grabbed it, but it wasn't. And it had like 1,000 pieces, so I put it back. Some plastic playing cards. When I picked it up, I thought it was Copac, but they're not. They're just generic plastic cards. Not seeing anything down the game aisle, which is really unusual. I did find this 2,500 piece puzzle, Milton Bradley. Look at that logo. Look at that classic vintage 90s Milton Bradley logo. Sealed puzzles like this, they can go for quite a bit of money. It's only $4. I thought about grabbing it, but I found the same one selling online between $10 and $25. I just didn't want to mess with it. It wasn't worth the hassle for me. Going down the sports aisle, looking for anything new, like I said, looking for lightly used baseball gloves. I find these binoculars, and at first I'm like, hey, but then I realized, no, that says $12.99, not $2.99, so I put those back. Bunch of bowling balls here, which is different. I don't usually see those at the Goodwill. Nothing really here. There is this, anything in a box gets my attention. So I take a look at this. It's basically a ammo belt for airsoft guns. I'm thinking about grabbing it, but I'm looking for the sticker. Where's it at? There it is. $7? No, I'm cool with that. I can't even imagine that thing's more than 10 or 15 new. So looking at the baseball bats, I don't see anything there that's lightly used enough that I'm willing to take a chance on it. Baseball bats is another thing that I see a lot of people doing really well on, but not one that I've put any time or effort into, so I'm just not quite ready for that. Found some Pokemon cards, $2.99 for 8 cards. Nah, not interested. I don't know what happened with the video here, so forgive me, but I found this Jungle Speed Safari game. It's $2.99, factory sealed, and it goes for like $30 on eBay, so definitely grab that. And I also found this Flashpad 3.0. It's $3.99 red tag, so I paid $2 for it. I tested it, it works, and Thrift School, the YouTuber, said that he sells those things for $30, so I figured he did me right before. Like I said, I'm going to take a flyer on it. Back in the clothes section, I find these Mud jeans, new with tags. It's a brand that I recognize, and you can see it's kind of got the fashion tears and stuff like that. So I grab it, I put it in the cart. I'm going to talk to Taryn about it. She looked at me like I was crazy. She made me put those back. Apparently Mud was never a cool brand, but you know, what do I know? Thumbing through, I find these Mossy Oak pants. You know, Mossy Oak is a popular brand, but it's just not exciting for me. Just not exciting at all. So I ended up putting it all back, I guess, and didn't end up getting anything out of this section. I'm over here in the women's section. I see a Seahawks t-shirt. Nothing special there. I did find this Lofa Tatupu jersey, number 51, red tagged, half off. Tatupu is insanely popular member of the team, member of the franchise. One of my wife's favorite players. So, and the jersey looks really clean. So I went ahead and threw it in my basket. I ended up putting this back too. The more I looked at it, it was pretty worn and dingy and all that. So I just didn't see enough potential in it. Ended up putting it back. I did see this weird kind of, I hate to say this, but old lady jacket. And the thing about old lady jackets is they tend to be expensive. And they're coming back in fashion now. So I took a look at that. Again, I ended up putting it back. You're going to see me do that a lot. Like, hey, this is cool. No. Oh my God, I'm back in jeans for like the 11th time here. I think these might be men's jeans, but I'm not. No, they don't look like men's jeans. I don't know. I don't even know what section I'm in at this point, guys. This video is like 2 days of thrifting over the course of like 10 stores. I didn't even record all of them because a lot of them had kids everywhere, and I just didn't want to mess with it. I'm fast forwarding here for you so you don't have to see me thumb through a bunch of no-name who gives a shit brands. And in a second here, I'm going to come up on one pair of jeans that I'm going to actually look at. Here it is. Now, this is a pair of maternity jeans. It's half off, and the only reason it caught my attention is because I've spent a ton of money on maternity jeans for my wife right now. I find this a full genuine leather jacket, half off, red tagged. It's a brand I'm not familiar with. You can feel the quality of it though. So I looked it up. This thing sells for between $40 and $60 online. So we definitely grabbed that. I grabbed this Calvin Klein like snake print jacket, again half off. It's really nice. The quality is really there, but I end up putting it back as well. I think that it's probably going to go for $20 or so. It's missing the belt. I couldn't find an exact match, so I didn't get that. Now, this one I did pick up. This is an Amazon Web Service Las Vegas conference attendee jacket from 2015. These go on eBay for about 40 bucks from what I could tell. So I figured it's cool, it's different. I dropped it right there. Let me pick it back up. It's cool, it's different. It's not something I typically see. And it also had, you'll see it in a second here, this tag on it from the Harrah's Las Vegas bellhop. And that just hit me close to home. We love Vegas, so I had to get it. I found this Nike OU Sooners. This thing looked barely worn. It's a half zip, half off. I paid $6.50 for it. Again, looking at comps, items like this go for about 40, 50 bucks. And then finally, this Chelsea Football Club Champions League Adidas zip-up hoodie. I don't even know what I paid for this. $4? $8. I paid $8 for it. I should be able to get 30 for it, maybe more. I'm kind of taking a flyer on it, but it's cheap, it's cool, and it looks brand new. So I'm going to go ahead and put it up and pick it up and see how we do. I'm sorry, one more item. I found this last minute. I found this Starbucks. I think it's an employee jacket, but I have never seen it before, and I'm in Seattle, so that should stand for something. It's got a really cool design. I like the patch on it. I like the font they used. Sort of old school 80s track jacket style. I just really like the look of it, and I think that it's a good deal, so I grabbed that as well. One other item I picked up, this Chinen, I don't even know, old ass video camera. Taryn actually found it. Does have a little bit of damage on the back. The eyepiece has basically been chewed up or something, but other than that, it's in really nice shape, and it was selling on eBay for like $130. So now the one, I gotta clean it up. It's covered in grease. I keep getting black oil on my hands every time I touch the damn thing. But at the time when she handed it to me, I thought it was a red tag, so I thought it was half off. It turned out to be an orange tag, but I only paid $13 for it. Let's see if I can get that to you right there. $12.99. I don't think I'll get 130 for it, but I mean, God, it's worth the risk. It's super cool. It's heavy as shit, but it's compact, so it'll fit in any number of flat rate boxes, possibly medium, a large for sure. So shipping's not going to be too terrible. I just got to clean it up. The problem is I have no way of testing it. The battery compartment does open, but I don't know. It doesn't say what battery it uses. It looks like it's some sort of proprietary battery thing. I couldn't, well, I did figure out how to open it. I'm not even sure what sort of tape reel that uses. It doesn't look like any sort of cartridge that I'm familiar with. It appears that you have to manually thread the magnetic tape in the thing. So it, almost like, I would say a reel-to-reel, except that it's obviously not reel-to-reel. So I have no idea what this uses. I haven't had any chance to do any research on it. I literally we were at Goodwill. The place was packed. Kids everywhere screaming, yelling, running around. But it's just super cool, man. It's just super cool. And I figured for $12, $13, if I can sell it to somebody at all, then, no risk, no reward. But I think I'll probably do pretty well on it once I get it cleaned up and get pictures taken. So that was the last item we picked up. All in all, huge thrifting weekend. We really were... Oh, I can't set that like that. I got to put it somewhere where I'm not going to get oil all over my stuff. Jesus. I have to go take a shower after touching the damn thing. Anyway, we spent like $50. No, more than that. We spent probably $75 or $100 over the course of the 2 days at the various thrift stores. Some of the stuff was for me. I did pick up another video game that wasn't on the video. It was from like a antique mall flea market kind of area. Everything there was super cool. This place was awesome. I had never seen it before or heard of it. We found it on accident because it was next door to the Goodwill, and everything was priced sort of full market value. There wasn't any room for anything as far as flipping. But like I got an Xbox game for $3. Can't go wrong. Just add that to the collection. And I think that's it. I didn't find any other games anywhere else. I'm trying to rub this grease off me. I'm probably making a ton of noise. So anyway, let me know what you guys think about this. If this is the kind of video you enjoy, if you thought this was cool, different, interesting, if you want to see more of these, let me know. If you like them, I'm happy to do them. They're a lot of fun. They're also a ton of work. A ton of work. This video needs more editing than anything else I do. The actual filming process is really difficult because I'm kind of trying to film and also look and, balance and juggle all this stuff. So if you love them, I'm happy to do them. If you couldn't care less, no hard feelings, but I may or may not do them again in the future. So let me know down in the comments what you thought about that. Appreciate y'all. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll see you next time.